So much time and effort to build your own business. Whole lot of what?
When you think of well-known rappers that have gone to prison in the middle of a successful career, or at the start of one, the first names that usually pop up are men. I mean, imagine how much bigger rappers like Slick Rick, Shine, Max B, Young Buck, Mystical, Turk, and Bobby Shmurda would have been if they hadn't had their lives severely interrupted by situations that led to serving long prison days. Unfortunately, the ugly fate of being incarcerated has also had a negative impact on women in rap as well, although not as much. So much so that JT from the female rap duo City Girls launched a new initiative named No Bars Reform in order to help formerly incarcerated women have a chance at rehabilitating back into society. This is a cause that JT takes seriously because she had to deal with it directly after spending 2 years locked behind bars after being charged for credit card fraud, having to watch the momentum happen on the shoulders of her partner, Young Miami, while serving her sentence. JT's legal hardships began when she was arrested and convicted of aggravated identity theft on fraudulent credit card charges, and was sentenced to 24 months in federal prison. JT officially turned himself into the authorities on June 29, 2018, and her sentence began at FCI Tallahassee in July 2018, with the release slated for March 21, 2020. JT was transferred from FCI Tallahassee to a halfway house in Atlanta on October 8, 2020, and during her stay there, she was able to leave during the day to work and visit friends and family. Having first-hand knowledge of what it's like trying to rebuild your life after being locked up, JT's No Bars Reform will assist women that have suffered from incarceration being able to receive therapy to cope with their trauma, receive social services, and provide help with getting situated with housing and job placement. JT launched the nonprofit organization alongside the No Bars Freestyle on Thursday, July 13, 2023. JT described her inspiration for the No Bars Freestyle by saying, "No Bars is a freestyle I made in the studio when I was having one of those days. At the time, like most of the time, people were doubting me and questioning why I wasn't as visual and vocal as others. Not knowing me personally, I'd read the craziest things about myself and would want to scream, but instead I went to the studio and popped my stuff. I know most of y'all heard it, but for those who haven't, I hope this freestyle finds you in a great place and is the start of the respect I deserve in music. I love music, I love my voice." This movement to social reform shows a deeper, more mature side of JT that hasn't been expressed in her music yet. After Fabulous had recently stated on Instagram that he wishes more women would share a wider range of stories and life experiences because it seems to him like only one hypersexualized image of female rappers has been promoted in the music industry, City Girls clearly fit in that box, with ratchet turn-up songs like Twerk, Act Up, and Take Yo Man. But before people are so quick to judge, JT grew up in a side of Miami that was a much darker picture than the sunshine 24-hour party image that most people have of Southern Florida. JT's version of Miami was gloomy project buildings and corner stores, as she's described by saying, "The struggle, the fast life, the stealing. Growing up around my mom and auntie, they were always talking to men for money. I've never seen my mom in a real relationship. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus, but my mama was always about her money. My auntie was always about her money. That's what I grew up around. That type of life, the stealing and hustling. That's where the influence comes from in the music. Besides growing up in the Slip and Slide Records era, when we had the raunchy music with Trick Daddy and Trina, that's all we really know." But their career could have been wiped completely off people's radar if Young Miami, the other half of the City Girls, hadn't been working hard to keep their name alive during the 2 years that her partner...
Hey, man. Whenever I see this man Diddy, bro, I just know the energy finna get weird. It's finna get weird. Take that.
JT was held up in prison. Young Miami never gave up on JT during her stint, explaining those 2 years when she said, "JT went to jail and I used to have to beg the DJs to play our song. I used to be like, JT, we gotta rap for real. They were going up for our songs in the club and she'd be like, I'm in jail. I'm not thinking about no effing music. And I was like, JT, this is our way out. I think we should take this seriously." In fact, during the 2 years JT was in prison, Young Miami made a lot of newsworthy things happen that brought light to the City Girls, including dating rumors connecting her to Diddy, appearing in Drake's In My Feelings video, releasing the Point Blank Period documentary, putting out City Girls' debut album Girl Code, and surviving a targeted drive-by shooting that tagged up a red Mercedes G-Wagon truck with bullets while she was pregnant. What was it like for JT during her prison term? She described the experience by stating, "Prison, it gave me the sense of like edge that I got, but it did put a lot of fear in me too. It put a lot of anxiety in me. It changed me completely. I used to be so outspoken, I didn't give a F what I said. And then when I got out, it went from being free to say what you want to say, to if you say the wrong thing, you're on the shade room. If you say the wrong thing, they paint you as this person. So it's like I have to bottle up who I am to the world because they can't handle who I am. I found a sense of sisterhood in prison. I met so many girls who made me feel welcome, who made me feel at home. I made great friends in prison, to the point that some days I didn't feel like I was in prison.
That's the mindset a nigga gotta have though. Shit is prison. What the fuck you wanna? It ain't fun, my nigga. Like, but shit, for I don't know though. JT, eek.
Alongside JT from City Girls overcoming the struggles of imprisonment, there are many other women in rap that face these challenges, balancing the real-life drama of losing their freedom and being a famous rapper at the same time. And another one of those is a much older rapper, Remy Ma. New York rapper Remy Ma has made a name for himself since being handpicked by the late Big Pun to become part of Fat Joe's Terror Squad crew. Remy Ma made the most of her opportunity with her own debut album, There's Something About Remy, based on a true story that dropped in 2006. Remy had respect as a heavyweight MC, but she also racked up some popular records.
Name 5 Remy Ma songs. Shit, just cause I can't, I don't know. What's that in Scrib? Scribble.
Being a part of commercially strong songs like Whatever, Ante Up Remix, Lean Back, Conceited, and more recently All the Way Up. Award-winning is a title that Remy Ma earned, winning 2 Vibe Awards, 2 Source Awards, and a BET Award for Best Female Hip Hop Artist twice. And she also kept her face on television between 2015 to 2020 as a cast member on VH1's reality series Love and Hip Hop New York with her husband, New York rapper Papoose. But about a year after dropping her first album, Remy Ma had a life.
Papoose a funny ass name, bro. That shit silly as hell, man. Yo, Papoose. Name out.
Faltering experience. She was arrested for the shooting of Makeda Barnes Joseph early in the morning outside the Pizza Bar, a Manhattan night spot on July 13, 2007. Later that day, Remy Ma turned herself into the New York City police in relation to that shooting incident. Police say that while
a question we get all the time is how do you do culinary school online? And the way we do it is by focusing on technique.
While she was with a group of people outside the Pizza Bar, a verbal confrontation took place at 4 a.m., and during the course of the conflict, a gunshot was fired into the torso of Makeda Barnes Joseph that wounded her. The issue between Remy Ma and Makeda was that this woman was accused of stealing $3,000 from Remy Ma. Police sources indicate that Barnes Joseph later identified Remy Ma as the shooter, and security footage from inside the venue didn't show any evidence of any altercations or arguments. She was later charged with witness tampering and assault after an August 2007 situation in which she was accused of having a few male friends attack a witness's boyfriend. But these charges didn't stick, and Remy ended up being acquitted of witness tampering and gang assault. While maintaining her innocence, on March 27, 2008, Remy was convicted of assault, illegal weapon possession, and attempted coercion in connection with these charges against her, and was taken into custody pending sentencing that was scheduled for May 13, 2008. At her sentencing, the judge took notice of what he felt was Remy's disregard for the victim after the shooting, stating that she went through the victim's purse, searched for the alleged stolen money, while Barnes Joseph sat in the car seriously wounded from the gunshot. No money was found. Then it was said that Remy Ma then exited the vehicle, hopped into a waiting car, and drove off, with the victim left behind bleeding.
Damn, did her ass bad? Hold on.
While locked up,
What? Remy was like that? She came Remington on the nigga, dog, cuz. God damn. She said, shit, she bought that action. Fucking Chad.
He was supposed to be married to her fiance, the rapper Papoose, in 2008, but the wedding was canceled after police caught Papoose trying to smuggle a skeleton key into her prison and banned him from visiting Remy Ma for 6 months. Remy Ma and Papoose ended up getting married in February of 2016. Eventually, Remy was released from prison after serving 6 years, and she quickly began rebuilding her life. She lost so much time with her son that he was 7 years old when she was first incarcerated and was now 14 when she was released.
Damn.
February 17, 2017 was the date that Fat Joe and Remy Ma released their joint album, Plato Plomo, that featured their massive platinum single All the Way Up. On August 20th, 2017, Remy Ma opened a women's clothing store called Conceited in Raleigh, North Carolina. The following year, in October 2018, she launched a new clothing line with proceeds going to the Remy Ma Foundation that she established for women and their families who have been hurt by incarceration. Remy Ma was one of the cases that was able to bounce back and gain a level of popularity, but who knows how big she would have been had she been able to continue the momentum after her debut album. Lauryn Hill accomplished more with 2 albums than most rappers can ever dream of in their entire career. First, there was the second album that her group, the Fugees, with Wyclef Jean and Pras, released in 1996 called The Score. It sold over 7 million copies in the US alone, won the Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, and had 3 singles that all surpassed the platinum status mark: Fujiwa, Killing Me Softly, and Ready or Not. Then, 2 years later, Lauryn Hill was even more successful with her debut solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which earned a diamond plaque for selling over 10 million units. After receiving 10 Grammy Award nominations for her solo album, Lauryn Hill became the first woman to ever achieve this honor in the same year. But even being a widely respected rapper known for her spiritual and conscious lyrics, she still became a casualty of the prison system.
Hey, yo, one thing about Lauryn Hill, though, she go crazy, though, bro. Like, even after the blood prison shit, I don't know, she ain't make no music. When she was boyhead, I don't think. But that old shit go crazy. Yeah.
In 2012, the IRS claimed that Lauryn Hill had failed to pay taxes on close to $1.8 million in earnings between the years 2005 through 2007. In her defense, Lauryn Hill cited her responsibilities as a mother for her failure to pay the taxes and called out the government, stating, "I'm a child of former slaves who had a system imposed on them. I had an economic system imposed on me." Lauryn Hill asked for leniency on the grounds of her charity work and her difficult estrangement from the music industry, but her stance didn't hold up in court, and the state of New Jersey sentenced Lauryn Hill to 3 months in prison, which she served in 2013. Lauryn Hill's potential 1-year sentence was cut down to 3 months after she paid $970,000.
Feeling lost in the job
That
wars,
shit
not finding the right career fit.
cuz.
You belong at Uline.
$1,000 and
Like, can she get a fucking break? Damn, all these niggas out here tax evading, bro. Y'all killing her softly, man. Fuck going on out here, dog?
unpaid taxes. In the decades since her prison sentence, her music output has still been very slim, with no albums released and continual complaints of her being extremely late for her scheduled concert performances. So we can't say that it didn't really affect her career much. Foxy Brown is the only female rapper to be able to claim that her breakthrough in the industry came about by being on a Jay-Z album and a Nas album in the same year that her debut album was released. She was even in a group with Nas called The Firm a year later in '97, making it seem like her life as a rapper was smooth sailing. But Foxy Brown seemed to attract trouble before, during, and after she was sentenced to serve prison time. In 1997, while still a teenager, Foxy received a 30-day suspended sentence and 80 hours of community service for assault after spitting on 2 hotel workers in Raleigh, North Carolina, all because they told her they didn't have an available iron.
That shit petty, bro. The fuck can I do out here, man? Y'all gonna arrest me for motherfucking littering and shit.
In 2000, Foxy was arrested for driving with a suspended license after crashing a Range Rover, and she checked into a rehab center at age 20 for addiction to painkillers. In 2001, a shooting outside of New York City radio station Hot 97 popped off because of Foxy's long-running feud with Lil' Kim, and Foxy was also arrested in Jamaica for an altercation with a policewoman at the airport there. Apparently, Foxy Brown never appeared for a court appearance, so it wasn't clear whether the incident was ever resolved. In 2004, Foxy Brown was charged for attacking 2 manicurists in New York City after refusing to pay a $20 tab. After refusing a plea bargain, she was sentenced to 3 years probation and anger management classes. In 2005, rapper Jackie O claimed that she and Foxy got into a verbal and physical conflict in a recording studio in Miami. Then, while in court for the manicurist assault for 2004, Foxy Brown was handcuffed to the bench after she stuck her tongue out at the judge and hit the court officer who was fastening the handcuffs.
Bro, that shit's so motherfucking petty. Cause I'm done with this video, bro. I don't want to even see that shit, bro. all they're gonna talk about is black women getting arrested for some petty ass shit. G, like.